You and I have both experienced that pain. You strive for your justice, and I strive for mine.
And what's going on, Read My Lips people? We are back. Back like we ain't never left, baby. So, what is in the news today? What's in the news today? Well, a couple things. So, before we get into the great part, before we get into the juicy tidbits of Andrew Yang media, first thing I'm going to talk about is people wilding. People being crazy. Crazier than a Donald Trump guest starring in The Office getting yelled at.
You are out of your damn little pea-sized mind. What is wrong with you? Do you have any sense at all? Okay. Do you have any idea how to run an office? Yes. Every day you do something stupider than you did the day before. And I think there's no possible way he can top that. Okay. But what do? You find a way, damn it, to top it. You are a professional idiot.
Yes, crazier than that. So, I've been reporting on incidents like these over the last couple weeks. Well, we got a new one. We got another incident. So a man was told to wear a mask, decides to shoot a Waffle House in Denver. So we've already had the security guard that got his head shot off for asking somebody to wear a mask. Then we've had the two customers that fought each other inside a grocery store and then attacked an employee at the same time. And now we have another man that's shooting someone else, the cook in a Waffle House, because the man was asked to wear a mask. So let's get into it. A man is accused of shooting and wounding a Waffle House employee in suburban Denver the night after being asked to wear a face covering inside the restaurant. Police in Denver arrested Kevin Watson, who is 27 years old and looks like a real winner, on Monday on a charge of attempted first-degree murder. Court records show Watson is represented by the county's public defender, and they did not immediately return the telephone message seeking comment Tuesday. According to the arrest affidavit, employees told investigators Watson came to the restaurant shortly after midnight Thursday, and a waitress told him he needed to wear a mask to be served. The restaurant was only offering carry-out service. Watson allegedly returned with the mask that he was not wearing and was again told he could not be served until he put on the mask. Witnesses said that he pulled a small gun on the counter before telling the cook he could blow his brains out. So hold on a minute. I've heard of hungry. I've heard of hangry. I've heard of starving, but this is new. I don't know what version of hungry this is.
I'm hungry! Go to the kitchen, damn it! Make me a cheeseburger.
This is past hangry. I'm going to blow your brains out because I have to put on a mask. The following night, just after midnight Friday, police said Watson returned and slapped the cook across the face when he was told again he was not going to be served without wearing a mask. Watson is accused of shooting the cook in the chest and abdomen outside of the restaurant as the cook ran to get away. The cook was released from the hospital Friday afternoon. We are deeply saddened and regret this senseless act of violence. Some places in Denver do not require masks or face covering, like some communities do. So, let's recap. He goes to the local Waffle House. He goes to his local Waffle House. They tell him, hey, pal, we don't want to get sick. We don't want other patrons to get sick. If you want to get served, you have to put a mask on. So he leaves and comes back with a mask, but doesn't put it on, which is, why would you even go and get the mask to come back and to not put it on? So he comes back, doesn't put the mask on. They have to tell him again. You have to talk to these people like children. You have to put the mask on before we can serve you. You're no special, more special than anybody else. I know you think you're a special little snowflake, but you got to put the mask on. When you get your food, take it off if you want. I don't care what you do after you get your food. So he then slaps a gun down on the table and says, you know I could blow your brains out, right? Leaves, comes back the next day, once again, not brandishing a mask, but brandishing a gun, slaps the waffle cook in the face. The waffle cook runs for his life, and he shoots him in the chest and in the abdomen. You can't make this shit up.
Sorry, what's that? Oh, that's just a you can't make this shit up alarm.
So that's why when I get into the whole mask wearing thing, sometimes people in the comment sections, they'll talk about CO2 and anxiety and things along those lines. And I get it, and I 100% understand. But these cases that I'm talking about, those aren't them. This isn't a case of CO2. This isn't a case of anxiety. None. But and then when I get mad at these people, there's some people that are like, you gotta let it go. You can't be too mad at these people. You can't. If you're too mad at them, you're just holding on to evil. No, I'm highlighting their stupidity. I'm highlighting their stupidity. So now you're being charged for attempted murder. You thought you didn't have rights before. You thought, oh, I have no. You're infringing on my rights by trying to make me wear this mask. You thought you didn't have rights before. Now, buddy, you're really about to have no rights. You're going to the slammer. You're going to the slammer. A lot, especially restaurants. You gotta when they say no shirt, no shoes, no service kind of thing. They just threw mask on there too. Nobody was ever complaining about the places that said no shirt, no shoes, no service. Nobody's complaining about those places. But suddenly, the mask, dude. It would have took 5 minutes. It would have took 5 minutes, bro. You could have. This man is lucky he's alive. You could have killed this man. Over them asking, it's their business. They don't even have to serve you. They don't even have to let you in. They don't have to even give you the food. Full stop. It's their business. What do you think, you're entitled to their food? Man, are people losing their mind? Like, I get it. I get it. Stuff's been rough for 3 months. I get it. But people are losing their mind. You can't go in a restaurant and start shooting people because they asked you to wear a mask. Like, who are these, like, fringe people that are so anti-mask? This isn't even a Karen. We got to come up with a different name for this kind of person. So I just wanted to bring you that craziness. That's just insanity. I just wanted to bring you that. Some crazy news before I brought you some good news. Okay? So, Andrew Cuomo, who people have been like super praising him. They've been praising him. He's not as much of an angel as you think he is. If you look at what he's been doing with Medicare and things along those lines. But Andrew Cuomo tried to get rid of voting in New York, in the New York primary. Andrewyang said, hold my beer, and got that shit back on. Well, they tried to appeal it. And I made a video and I said, you guys are wasting your time. Anybody with 2 brain cells to rub together can see, like, you're infringing on democracy. We're not going to let you make that call. They appealed it anyway. They puffed their chest out and appealed it. And they lost.
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you are dirt!
The primary is still on. Now, there's some people that are absolutely upset about this. We got you guys remember that person I roasted on New York Daily News? He made a seething article about it. He's so upset. He got his panties in a bunch. He cannot believe Andrew Yang's gone and done this. I could read about it if you want me to. Let me know in the comment section if you want me to get onto what he said about Yang crying a river, i.e. Justin Timberlake. But the court has upheld a ruling that will compel New York to hold a Democratic presidential primary on June 23rd. The state will not appeal any further, meaning the contest is now guaranteed to be held. We have decided that 4 judges have spoken, and the board has a heavy workload ahead of itself in order to pull together dealing with this primary election. We're going to focus on our efforts on addressing all of the issues needed to run this election. The Board of Elections Democratic Chairman Doug Kellner, he complained about having this happen because it's not safe and etc. New York's budget gave Kellner and Spano the power to remove presidential candidates from the ballot if they had suspended their campaigns. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders subsequently dropped out of the race, and they removed everybody except for Vice President Joe Biden. As a result, the primary, which had already been delayed from the 28th of April to June 23rd, was canceled, but former presidential candidate Andrew Yang quickly sued over the decision. He was eventually joined by Sanders and his supporters, and a trial level court ruled 2 weeks ago that the contest should be held. In a brief decision issued Tuesday morning, the Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit affirmed the lower court's findings. Victory. Victory is mine. Victory is ours. So it's going through, like I said I don't know if you guys saw the video where I covered when this happened. I said they're going to try to appeal it, and they're going to lose the appeal. They're going to lose it. Listen. First of all, they're opening shit back up on the regular right now. They're opening a ton of crap back up. Maybe you might have had maybe you would have had a slight advantage if shit was still closed down. But shit's opening back up. You're not going to win. They just opened the fucking mall in my state. But you're going to tell me they can't go and do some voting? And Connecticut is a hop and a skip away from New York. New York's right there. So, yeah. Nice try. You lost this one. Victory for Andrew Yang. And again, I'm just going to say it again. Bernie Sanders should be thanking Andrew Yang. Sanders supporters should be thanking Andrew Yang. I'm not saying you got to kiss his ass, but he did a very good thing. And even, left-wing commentators that are honest with themselves have given Andrew Yang a ton of credit. Dude's been putting in work. So, yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about the appeal being dismissed? And what do you think about people shooting up Waffle Houses? This is what it's come to. We do horrible when faced with situations like we're in now. We do horrible. We can't deal with it. We can't. And I'm talking about us, the regular folk, the broke folk, and I'm talking about our government. We don't do a good job. And somebody was saying something. They left a comment in my comment section, and because I did a video on the differences between South Korea and America and how they handle the virus. And they said in South Korea and in Taiwan and places like that, they have more of a community thought level. All right? So let me break it down for you. They're worried about my next door neighbor, the community, the person down the street, the guy I see planting his garden every other day. They're worried about everybody as a whole. And so they work together. So even if one of those people thinks this mask thing is stupid, they do it anyway because they care about the people around them in their community. They're worried about how it's going to affect other people, how their actions can hurt other people. Cause and effect. Well, in America, we've sort of been groomed to think individually. It's about individualism. How is this going to affect me? How is this going to affect me? What is this going to do to me? What is this going to do for me? Why should I be doing this for myself, etc.? It's a very individualistic mindset. Me, 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 me. Very seldomly do we have that community feeling. Right? And this somebody was talking about this in my comment section and made a really good point. And if you look at it, it's a lot of self-entitlement. Down to the smallest thing. Down to the smallest thing. And America's the hot spot right now for the virus. There was just a video. If I can find it, I'm going to put it up. There's a video of a guy who thought it was a hoax. Another me person. This is a hoax. I don't believe it. This is BS. It's not going to affect me. It's not going to affect anybody. And when you do further research, he's a Republican and he's a Trump supporter. If you look up the guy, this is BS. Now he's been in the hospital. His wife is on a breathing machine, and he suddenly flipped. Oh, this thing is serious, and we should take this serious. And I can't believe I allowed myself to.
They threw it out there to kind of distract us. I don't want to see anybody go through what I went through.
And so for a lot of people, until it's at their doorstep, it's individualism. Then once it's at their doorstep, they're like, no, I welcome help from everyone. Help. No, this is a community thing. Oh, God. Crazy. It's insane. So I've kept you guys long enough. I came bearing some crazy news and also came bearing some good news. Thank you, Yang. And that'll do it. So if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please like, comment, subscribe. Just hit that like button. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you don't, let me know in the comment section why. I'm always down to talk about it. I have a Cash App, a PayPal, and a Venmo link in the description below. Please feel free to donate to the channel. Every little bit helps. Hopefully I'll be talking to you guys soon. Have a good one. Peace.